Hello, everyone, and welcome to another crack-filled episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today's show, we shall be discussing Snowfall, Season 4, Episode 8. Shit's getting real for Franklin and crew. Um, Irene got her article out and is causing waves and discussions in the Black community, which begins in the barbershop, of course, where Man Boy and said crew are trying to figure out their next move. Why is Scully not doing a damn thing since
he's repenting. He got to make it right with the Lord before he makes a move.
So he should be either hanging crosses every episode, so we know he's still in mourning, right? And what happened to the funeral? Did they have a funeral for the daughter yet? Like, can we acknowledge this? Like, if she's the little girl that brings, the community against gang violence and maybe crack violence, it would have been awesome to see like the local politicians and the media trying to use her to be like, look what crack is doing to our community and killing our poor Black children and that sort of thing. Like that would have there's no social response to any of this shit. Like the neighbors aren't protesting, the local politicians ain't doing shit. Like, how's it no one gives a fuck? And it doesn't make sense because when we watched the crack documentary, it was the people who said we're tired of crack violence and gang violence in our neighborhoods. Please come do something about this. And that's got the politicians involved, and that got law enforcement involved, and then they actually start doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not showing that part of this story, even though they're getting more into the violence. And then as Khadijah and Black Diamond and Dallas, the triple threat trio, maybe like Destiny's Child before they all broke up, out there just murdering people more effectively than Man Boy.
Well, Man Boy's he's strategizing.
Man Boy does not, he does care about his niece, but the plug is first. Like his priorities are get the plug, then take care of Franklin and crew. And Khadijah's goal is just kill Leon and crew. Like that's it. Like she ain't really worried about tomorrow. Like what happens after that when you ain't got no
kill Leon, then you got to deal with Franklin, and then what's going to happen to your supply?
Yes.
So his mind is on the business.
It was a lot to hear about the molestation. Like I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming.
Oh, he's done so much for Khadijah, but Khadijah was more than willing to let Scully just kill him.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's a little strange.
Yeah, once you get into the fact that he I guess avenged her being molested and stuff, like yeah, she was like fuck this dude. And again, the fact that Man Boy and Scully are somehow peaceful after all the shit of Scully therefore crucifying one of Man Boy's people, and now they're just like it's whatever.
I don't they keep soldiers just for cannon fodder. But Scully has found the Lord, so he has the whole forgiveness thing going for him.
And where's his people? Like, are his people working for like Man Boy now or something? I don't know. You know who is working for Man Boy? Franklin's girlfriend, Miss T, who we didn't know or give a fuck about until the season started.
I mean, there has been a reason for them to just put her in there. She came out of nowhere.
She can't just be, like a random, sex partner, I guess, because that's all she was, really, and she worked at the club. So as much as we will, and we do love Snowfall for the record, okay, for all y'all who think we just watch it to shit on it, okay, they do have a problem at times of bringing up characters and not flushing them out so we give a shit about them. And she is one of them. Like, oh, who is she? Why is she here? All the commenters who are like, David, she got an agenda going on. Who is her brother? Like, who is her brother? Like, we don't even have a name for this dude, but he's the reason that she's turning on Franklin. I'm like, how are we supposed to care if we don't even know who the brother is? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I can't root for her or understand her motive. Like, Why is he in jail? How does Man Boy's threatening him in jail? Is that what's going on? And then, like, I mean, why is the brother not calling T to be like, hurry up and get this Franklin thing worked out, or I'm gonna get raped in prison or something? Like something. But it's just a random brother. He don't even have a name at this point. And we only got 2 more episodes in this season.
I think she's just there for Franklin to have to kill yet another person that's close to him.
Or it's going to be Peaches, because I was hoping that it was Franklin holding the gun at the end of the episode, and once again he got other people doing his work. You know what I'm saying? Like he got Peaches. But either way, another black person's about to die, and it will be Franklin's fault. I just want to acknowledge one more time, Franklin is the villain in this story. Franklin Saint brought crack to his community. Franklin Saint killed one of his best friends, Kevin, for his own business. Even though at the beginning of this episode, he's like, I had to sacrifice myself by killing other people for you ungrateful pieces of shit. Like, I'm the only reason that you got coverage. I'm protecting you. You should be grateful.
He reminded me of Ghost so much. Like, the balls on this dude, like, y'all ain't shit without me.
I like that Jerome at least at some point goes, this is your fucking fault. Like, the only reason we're even involved in this is because you, Franklin, said that marijuana wasn't enough for you. You had to get into the white girl.
Jerome had a perfectly fine weed business going on. Well, he told him, you don't want to mess with that white stuff. You know, it's a different game. And here we are.
And see, he told him, and and Louis, leave the white girl alone. The cocaine is not good for you. The Mexicans, which we haven't seen in the whole season, but whatever, like, it's not good for you. But Franklin said, nope, I got to get myself right. He is selfish. Everything he's done to some point benefited him. He killed Kevin to benefit him. He killed Andre to benefit him. But now he's like, y'all don't think about me. You have no compassion for me. What about Fatback? Did you give a fuck when you said Fatback? Absolutely not. In fact, the whole crew was like, so Fatback is dead, right? We all agree on that. Yeah. I think, if I remember correctly, they were going to turn on Leon too. It was Franklin who was like, Leon is I've already killed one of my friends. I can't kill both of them, because then that would look suspicious and people might think I'm an asshole. So I got to keep one of them alive. It's funny you should bring up Ghost. This is when Ghost was talking to Tate, and he was like, do you know why I was out there killing these people? Like, Tommy, it's to protect you. I can't be everywhere at once. I can't protect you. And Tate was like, I understand, Mr. Ghost. Never mind. Please go out there and do what you do. Please keep us safe. Franklin is so self-delusional. Like, that's him as a person is what irritates me. That he's done this shit for him, and he's convinced himself that he's actually the savior. That he's like not only saving his family and
brought all these jobs to the community. He brought all this housing. I mean, what?
He bought 3 houses for him and his boys. One of them was a crack house. He used to hand out candy and chips with the ice cream man, and that was it. Like, all that millions of stacks of millions, he's done nothing to put that money back. It's his father with his guilt-ridden, house of, of rescue, which is awesome that he's trying to help all the people that his son is murdering slowly but surely. But Franklin, but he's like, I gotta go out here and I gotta protect y'all. Let me get on my cane and hop away because I'm still shot. It's just, anyway. Like, again, he kind of reminds me of Walter White. You know what I'm saying? Like, when in the end, when he also got he didn't think he was saving the community though. He didn't go that far. Like, he was just like, this is all me. I am all powerful. And Franklin is kind of there until the whole fact that shit's going. So let's talk about real quick. I'm trying to understand Man Boy's thought process on this. So you're reading a newspaper article which specifically says that the CIA is moving drugs into the quote black community, and your thought is, I'm gonna help them out because they'll never catch us. Like once we get involved, it's gonna be fine. Like that, what? You should be moving away, man, boy. This is when you go find somebody else and say, fuck this plug, because he or she has been exposed. I don't need this kind of heat on me. But he's like 100% in. He's like, we got to go find this plug so then we can be in newspaper articles. I'm like, you're not making good decisions there, man, boy. Also, what I was again, man, boy can't get Khadijah, in line. Like Scully is doing absolutely nothing. Like does he support what Khadijah's doing? Is he upset what Khadijah's doing? I mean, clearly Khadijah and Manboy got different objectives. Like that, it's understood. But if Scully can't even talk to Khadijah to be like, I understand, I'm behind you, like my forces are here at your command, because all she got is 2 women who used to be strippers. That was hilarious. I'm not shaming. I'm just saying that's funny. And the first thing that crossed my mind was P Valley. Like at some point, Mercedes and Autumn Night are going to become killers. I mean, they did kill Autumn's, boyfriend. I mean, he was abusive husband, that kind of thing. But I'm like, a couple of those strippers may end up in season 2, may end up riding out for like a local gang. That would be hilarious. I just want to throw that out there as a plot device for season 2. So let's get to the other important issue. Will be Louis' almost assassination, if you will. She was actually collateral damage. I mean, clearly Khadijah and girl crew just wanted to shoot up anybody. I would imagine they were going for Leon.
Drive-bys are like the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah.
Just walk up to him and shoot him.
Yes.
Please. At least you can get the right person.
I know, right? Like, put some effort into the... Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I went back and watched last week's episode, right? And it's only now that you look back and saw the prophetic statement that Louis said. So after Leon confronted Dion, okay, with Jerome, and a young woman came up and put a gun to Leon's head, okay, and Einstein saved him, and then they come back, because that's when they find out that they have prices on their heads, right? They tell Louis, who said what? Stay out of the projects, because you might get killed. Did the men listen? No. She specifically said, following behind you dumb motherfuckers is going to be the death of me. And what happens in the very next episode? She tells Jerome, I understand that you want to, honor Fatback, which is great. I mean, I'm happy they're making. You don't go to the funeral though, because they may come looking for you. And they're like, look here, shut your mouth. I got to do what I got to do. And when she goes against her own advice and follows behind Jerome. What's up?
She should have stayed her ass at home.
She should.
I would have. In my little solid gold outfit with boots and what was that, Gucci, Chanel? I didn't know they wore boots in LA.
She should have listened. Ladies and gentlemen, I say this again. If Franklin and crew would have listened to Louis in first episode, they wouldn't even be in this situation. Louis said, back Scully, you can't trust Manboy. He's always trying to get where he don't need to be. He will turn on you when he can. These men didn't listen, and they backed Manboy. And now the bullshit that they in. They would listen, and Louis would listen to her. If Louis would listen to herself, and Jerome would have listened to her, they wouldn't have got shot at Fatback's funeral.
Why was Leon posted out at front? Like, he ain't got a whole hit on his big afro self.
I mean, how do you miss him? His fro is big as fuck. Just like, ladies, shoot for the fro. Like, just shoot for that. That's all you need to focus on is the fro. Eventually, he's coming in and out of his funeral. No, I'm just going to shoot up everybody because Khadijah's just mad. And I'm like, you need to stay focused on what you're trying to achieve. All right. So I was very upset. I mean, so a lot of commenters were like, hey, Franklin's girlfriend is shady. She got some shit going on with her. And Louis is going to die next episode. In fact, some of them mentioned a Mark Dark video. And they were like, hey, Mark Dark said Louis is going to end up dying. And I was like, 1, don't bring up Mark Dark. 2, No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Two, I did not think that that a show would be dumb enough to show you a major character dying in the preview. Like, I figured she would get hurt. I mean, clearly Jerome was in some type of suit, and clearly he was at a hospital looking at someone that he truly cared about. So Louis obviously would be the next one. So the fact that she's stable, that she's gonna make it, that makes sense, right? But I'm like, they just should have listened to Louis. So now that Jerome is on the warpath, which makes I understand, that makes total sense. My question is, why is Dion not on the warpath? Like, why is Dion and Einstein and the rest of the crew not going to kill Manboy or Khadijah or Scully for killing Fatback? Like, at this point, I'm sure Leon and Franklin has told them that it wasn't us that killed your cousin. It was Dion, it was Khadijah, it was Manboy. They're the ones, and this is the barbershop that they hang out at. They should already have started a war against this. Like like why is Dion's like, hey guys, how you doing? I appreciate you coming. I mean, because last week Dion told Jerome that if anything happened to his people, that Jerome was gonna have to answer for that, which makes sense. But I'm like, yes, they should be right. They should be riding on Manboy right now. Mm-hmm. And then Franklin should be able to just get on board to be like, you know what? If you need some money or you need some weapons, I can help you out. You know what I'm saying? But why don't you go kill Manboy and crew so they don't kill any more of your family members? Mm-hmm. I just don't understand. Why is that? Franklin's daddy. So apparently he thinks they can just ride off to Cuba.
I agree.
With Sissy.
I'd be on the first thing smoking.
Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, but Sissy was like, nah, I gotta be here, stay with my son. Like for what? Also, I now see why Paul Davis is not coming back, because he's like, I told y'all you weren't shit. Like, I know Franklin was so mad. He was so mad Paul was looking down on him at that country club. He's like, who are you? Look at me like I got dirty money. Who the fuck are you? And he's like, told you.
He has government money, so.
Paul Davis? Oh.
No.
Oh, Franklin? I'm backed by the government. Okay. So anyway, so I was like, why is this actor only in 2 episodes? I was like, oh, never mind. So the business deal dried up quickly. Because he specifically said, if the cops come looking for me about where this money that you gave me come from, I ain't trying to answer for that. So here you go, sissy. How do you think you're going to legitimize crack dealing? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, marijuana at some point got legalized. That's true. Okay. Crack? No.
Cocaine has medicinal purposes.
That's also true. It was medicine at one point. But I'm like,
and it was a tasty beverage too.
That's very true. And we won't get to employment histories, but yes, but I'm saying, but like crack, no, like crack has always been bad. So I mean, I don't know. Sissy really bought into Franklin's delusion that one day they're all going to be legitimate real estate people. Delusions. Irene somehow thought that writing a story about the CIA selling drugs is not going to cause someone to come get her.
I don't know how they got that article out so quickly.
That was I'm happy they sped it up though. I didn't want like episodes.
Yeah, but I thought they would somehow stop it or.
Yeah. Well, actually, they didn't know about it. Franklin only Franklin knew, and he was trying to call Teddy, who's too busy running around Latin America to try to figure out that shit. So they didn't hear. I mean, CIA didn't know about it until it made the newspaper, and then they quickly got the lawyers involved to try to address that issue. But when Franklin hobbles himself to go see Irene to try to intimidate her on cassette tape, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like she put the big ass tape recorder in your face, press the button, and Franklin's like, well, I mean, CIA could just come after your family since I know the name of your ex-husband and your daughter. How the fuck he knows that? I don't even know. Ain't no Google in 1985, so I
escape. Was it Netscape?
It wasn't even
Netscape.
Netscape. It wasn't even Netscape in 1985. It was Apple computers with the big old floppy disks. Like, there's no way he should have known that unless he already anyway. But him trying to intimidate her on tape is not a good idea, Franklin. But then she's like, "Don't you come after my family." What you think was gonna happen? And then what happens? Teddy and what's his name? Gustavo.
Yeah.
Gustavo.
I was about to say
Gustavo.
Crystal.
The crystal ball. That's messed. They all don't look alike. But then
What?
my bad.
I did not say that.
I know, but apparently you like it's all Latin. It's whatever. Anyway, they roll up in her house trying to scare her with drugs. No, Teddy, just put her in a bag somewhere and send her on her way. Like, she ain't gonna stop. Like, you have to put her down. Like, you don't want to. And that's what Franklin was trying to say. Well, you can't just talk to her. So whatever you do, I'm just saying, if you can handle this, I would appreciate it.
It's interesting how Teddy like just snaps and kills people in some instances. In other instances, he kind of like just threatens them.
So thank you for bringing that up. So I want to acknowledge that one more time. Okay, I want to bring up the barbershop scene where the black men were all blaming the CIA and the white man's government for the drug dealing that was done by Black Franklin Saint. So that being said, if you want to say that Teddy represents the evil white man's government that's destroying minorities and black people in particular, let's please remember that Teddy has not killed directly or indirectly any black person on this show. He has killed quite a few Latinos, though. Like, he puts them down with no hesitation. Like, that's who needs to be mad at the white man's government right now. It's the whole Latino community, because he's murdered U.S. Latino people, Southern Latino people, Colombians. Like, I mean, he kills them or arrests them on a regular basis. So they should do like a Narcos episode just on him. In fact, why haven't the Colombians at this point come in and kill Teddy and Franklin and be like, why are you moving in on our cocaine territory? Because the Colombians are the vast producers of cocaine. And Teddy has killed a couple of their people. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand like why that hasn't happened at this point. So anyway, yeah, it was pretty wild. So what's going on with Teddy? Like, last week he was waterboarding some finance guy in Panama, and Avi got the cops to chase him out of the house, and that never went anywhere. Now he's in Nicaragua and found out that Elena is dead, and we're supposed to care, and we haven't seen her since what, season 2, I think.
Yeah, I didn't get the point of that.
And since Teddy killed her husband, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we haven't seen her since. And then some random ass woman is sitting down there who just knocked Teddy out. Who is she and why should we give a shit? Like, why is this even happening? Just come back to America and be like, hey, Latin America's gone to shit. My money is gone. And now the press knows about my operation. You know what happened? This is exactly what Teddy's ex-wife / baby mama wanted to do to him a couple of seasons ago. Remember, like, she tried to expose or kill his entire network so he could get out the game because she wanted to save him. Now Franklin's dad is trying to ruin his entire network to save him. So what's next season gonna be? Like, let's see. So who's left? Who's left to snitch for no damn reason? Gustavo is gonna have some kind of new girlfriend who's gonna be like, baby, I'm gonna expose your entire cocaine operation to get you out the game. That's how we do it. And then then the show needs to be over because you can't do it 3 times. Look here, Power. You can't just do the same shit every season. So yeah, I don't know. Teddy need to get his shit together. I mean, I know he lost his brother. He lost everything. Like, in his mind, Teddy sacrificed his brother. He sacrificed his baby mama. He sacrificed his relationship with his kid who he hasn't seen in months, just to save the Nicaraguan war for freedom. And all of it's going to shit.
Yeah, his dad hates him.
Well, yeah, his dad always hated him though. But yeah. I mean, But now he's really like, he has nothing except his cocaine addiction. He's like that's the other thing they always do.
He ain't no crack yet.
Nah, the crack is whack. Like that's true though. You're right. I mean, interesting. He has not tried the product. Anyway, again, I want to tell you why Franklin Saint is the villain of this story. Okay, I understand that we as Black people have a horrible history when it comes to white America and the government shitting on us for quite a few years. I know that, and I understand why Franklin's father was like, this is the same thing we faced during the Panthers. I understand that. This is not the same situation because Franklin is the one, okay, who found crack and brought it to the Black community. Franklin is the one that brought crack to Teddy. Teddy did not know anything about crack. Teddy didn't know anything about Franklin. Franklin is the one that came to Teddy. What's up?
But who brought the crack to Franklin? The white woman.
I know. He followed the white woman to the Black man who taught him how to make crack. Okay. We're not gonna say don't follow white women. We're not gonna. That's not the point of this. I'm just saying. I said that in the video. I was like, so is the white woman a Black man's path to success? Because following the white woman got him to where he needed to be. Anyway, I digress. My point is, Franklin and only Franklin is the reason why crack is destroying his community. Okay. Franklin is the reason why Teddy is involved in the crack game because Teddy wanted to sell cocaine to Avi, a Jewish man who was selling cocaine to whoever, and Teddy really didn't give a fuck. Okay, like that's how Teddy was moving. Okay, it was Franklin that got all these people involved in this shit. Okay, so really, he's the one that got the CIA exposed because he's dealing with crack, and that's a whole different problem. All right. So let's not blame other people for what things other people are doing. Like, this is Franklin's fault and crew. All right. But mostly Franklin. That's what I'm saying. Anyway. So anyway. So is he gonna kill his girl? I hope so. Let's not drag this out. I want him to do it.
Yes.
Yes. Because he always walks around with that dumbass, automatic pistol in his pants, like he's actually going to do something.
I know he had it tucked. He's like,
don't make me have to pull it out. What are you going to do with it, Franklin? Like I was like, Franklin, why are you carrying the weapon? You don't use your weapon until somebody's sitting with their back to you. You can shoot him in the back of the head like a little bitch. I mean, like, just I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with Franklin's getting dirty side.
He shot him in the back of the head. He shot his homeboy in the back.
That's right. Franklin is a bitch. Okay, when it comes to violence, like he's the brains of the operation, no doubt. He is the brains of the operation. He is not the muscle. Okay, he needs to leave weapons to people who are not afraid to use those weapons, and that is not Franklin. Okay, he's never been in a gunfight, like hand on hand. He's never been in a fight, actually, like hand on hand. Like, I would actually like to see him fight Man Boy and beat Man Boy. Because I didn't like Man Boy beating up on Wanda. I didn't like that. Like, that was fucked up. So, like, Leon or somebody needs to beat his ass for that. If we're ever going to get back to it.
Is Man Boy the brains and the muscle?
Absolutely not. Scully's the muscle. But right now, Scully can't, he's in his head right now. He can't do shit. Khadijah is the brains and the muscles. Khadijah is making that shit happen. Okay? Like, unlike the men that she's surrounded with, okay, who's failing at everything that they do, she has no problem finding Leon. She just can't figure out how to kill him for some reason. Like, this is turned into the Roadrunner and the Coyote. Like, how hard can this fucking be? Like, he don't even run that fast. Like, you should be able to get Leon. It's not that hard. Now that you know his fro and you know he won't leave the projects anyway, just wait. He will come to you. Like, if you go into the neighborhood and sit around Dion's people for a while, Leon's going to show up. Just kill him then.
All she has to do is send one of her homers to act like a crackhead and act like she's going to buy some drugs and just...
That's also very true. If she gets one of the hoes to hook up with Wanda, and then Wanda will facilitate the meeting. Yeah. Why didn't she show up? To be like, hey, Leon, do you need some emotional support as you go through this hard time? I know it's hard to lose your friend. even though you gave them up and everything. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? See, Franklin is turning Leon into a backstabber.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, Franklin. Anyway, my point is that my main problem with Franklin is that he just can't acknowledge who he is. He's a drug dealer who's using people to get where he needs to be. And just because those people are black people and his own people, he don't give a fuck. Okay? He needs to get where he needs to be. And these people are just tools to help him get there. He's not liberating these people. He's exploiting these people. Where is White Braden? Where's he at?
Nobody cares.
I'm just saying, why has Franklin not said, you know what? We're going to use the upper class people and move coke crack there and then bring their money into the community and uplift the community. Like, that would have been a workable situation. Like, I could understand that, a safer situation. He really should be selling crack in college. I mean, I heard of a kid doing that, and it kind of worked out for him, you know, for a little bit.
Crack in college? No, that would not work at all.
Come on, man. You can have crackhead students.
No.
You remember the good old days when he just wanted to sell cocaine? Like, he could sell cocaine in college. I mean, that and you wouldn't have to worry about getting shot every day. Like, come on, man, you could do better. But no, he says, I'm going to exploit my own people where it's safe. As Jerome told him, you got to do it here in your own hood. Mess up your own people. Don't mess up other people's people, because then they might come looking. But they're already looking now, Franklin. Is that bad detective going to show up next week trying to figure out who shot up Fatback's funeral? Mac, I'm calling Mac because that's his name in Ruthless. Is Mac going to show up and finally arrest Leon? Nah, Leon good. No law enforcement's looking.
That just went away.
Like, I understand Khadijah's pain. I truly do. I'm not trying to take away from it. She and Scully, as much they're not really poster child people, like they should be like, remember my daughter. Like, she could like just galvanize like a whole movement against Franklin. Like the mother in Secret. What was that show? Hidden Secret.
Oh, Tell Me Your Secrets.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah. Like, she can write this.
She was great.
Yeah, she was crazy as fuck though. So is Khadijah though. So that's what I'm saying. Like it would be like she could be like, let's get the community together. I just wish a little bit more realism. Like, I want to see the community upset by the violence and the drugs and the death, and have Franklin have to deal with that, so he could face himself and like his dad said, to be like, realize you're it. Like you're the big bad in this situation. You're not helping these people. And if he saw that, then maybe he'd go, maybe I should stop. Like, maybe this is not where I need to be. No. Murder or jail. That's the only way Franklin's getting out this game. Like, that's it. Maybe he'll get murdered in jail.
About One of Man Boys Crew.
Yeah, well, only if at that point, Man Boy won't give a fuck. He just wants the business. I bet you Franklin really. So you really think she took it too far? I thought she took it too far when his girlfriend was like, "Hey, I got an idea. How about you strike a deal with Man Boy?" He's like, "How the fuck you know so much about Man Boy?" I was like, "How did he get into her house?" I guess peaches know how to pick locks. I guess that's what
it's the 80s. People didn't lock doors like that.
Because they live in such safe neighborhoods. They're like, I just leave my door open. Crackheads can't get in. That's another thing we haven't seen a lot of. It would have been interesting if, like, Franklin's, like, if Sissy's house got robbed by crackheads. That would have been hilarious. Did she move out or something? I feel like she told Franklin to get the fuck out of here.
She told her husband to get out.
Oh, that's right. She's like, I'm about this life. I'm riding this out with my son.
Miss, I'd rather be homeless than take your dirty money.
Remember I need to see that. I need that. That's the episode I need. I need to know how she got there. This is key things that they're just skipping over. Like, I was like, how did she go from? Yeah, I'd rather be homeless than deal with your shit. Now she's like, hey, babe, we on board with this. We're gonna ride this out. I'm gonna clean you up with this crack money. All right. Anything else? What do you think's gonna happen next week? How you think it's gonna end?
Disappointed. I want to see Fatback's casket. I want to see how big it was.
Oh, that's fucked up. Yeah, it was definitely a close casket. It was definitely a close casket situation. I want to see. I want to see who cares. That'd be a lot of work, and that was gonna be a close casket. It's gonna be a lot of work, and yeah, I would imagine. I want to see who's gonna the pallbearers. That's what I want to see. Because Dion could do it, but it'll take a couple of Dions.
It'll be those dudes that be doing the little push-ups in the front yard. The Hood LA show has the guy, the big buff guy. Oh, Dion, you know he said he was Mr. Olympia or whatever he was trying to do. Yeah. Wait, that's only bodybuilding buddies.
But he's only one dude. Like I'm saying, you need like
friends.
No, Einstein ain't strong. Einstein ain't got that kind of strength. Like no, he's the brain. He's brain, but he ain't got. I was saying to your point though. I had to carry a casket and it was hard. Like I was like, oh shit. Like I was like, this is no joke. So like yeah. Anyway. Anyway, yeah. It was that's you know what. This is fucked up, but it's gonna be funny. So, Khadijah and Lady Crew should have waited until the funeral where Dion and Jerome are carrying Fatback's casket to the burial site. They have they're stuck. They're absolutely stuck, right? Then they light up the funeral. Franklin's in front with the cane, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to, right? But he's hopping, right? And they just mow him down, right? But then obviously they have to live, right? But then they drop Fatback's casket and get away. And then you see his big body like fall out of it. That would have been all kinds of fucked up, but that would have been good. That would have been good. Hey, no, take it to the next level. They get behind the casket to as a border to protect themselves from the bullets. And so Fatback not only got stabbed for these motherfuckers, but now his dead body is getting shot up for them. They're using him and his casket as a shield. That would have been boss. Oh man. Oh man, that would be oh man, that would be. Then Dion would have been like, we got to ride out on these motherfuckers. Like, we got to go kill them, right? And then that's how you get their community on board. You know what I'm saying? Leon could be like, if you want another washer and dryer, you need to go kill Man Boy and Crew. And I get washer and dryers for everybody. They're like, oh shit. Anyway. Funny scenes. Stacey and I were saying since it is the 80s and these are black people, I'm kind of wanting some older black woman to pull money out of her bra, like just take it out of her shirt, be like, here, baby, here's some. Like, I just one time. I just need that. I need that. In fact, check it out. So Einstein is out there selling drugs, right? One of his customers come up and he's like, hey, $25, whatever, it's $5. And she's like, hold on, baby, hold on. And then she goes into her bra and pulls out the money and then hands it to him. Hilarious. And genuine to our community. Oh, my bad. All right. Anything else?
This show is missing a soundtrack. I don't know if maybe they couldn't get clearance for songs. Like when they were in the barbershop, they had like the little Cool in the Game poster or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like they should have been playing like some Cool in the Game. Like at the cookout, they should have been playing like some Run DMC or something.
Yeah.
Some Isley Brothers.
Yeah. They make random ass mentions to Eddie Murphy movies, and Al Pacino Scarface, but like the music is not where it could be. Mm-mm. I see your point. Yeah, it's probably licensing and stuff, I would imagine. But you're right. So soundtrack could be. I think you're just used to Power and Godfather of Harlem, which I don't watch, but I heard the soundtrack is awesome. But yeah, okay. So better soundtrack for season 5. That's what Stacey's looking for. Franklin dead or murdered is what I'm looking for, if not both. In the end, he needs to go out like Nino Brown. He needs to go out like Nino Brown. Huh?
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
You said dead or murdered.
Oh, my bad. Arrested or murdered. Jail or murdered. Thank you very much. That's what I'm looking for. Well, dead or murdered are not the same things because he could die of a heart attack, right? He could die of a heart attack. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, or he could just fall and shoot himself in the head.
Right. With the gun, he's trying to clean it. What? Another thing these people do in movies that it don't make any sense. You don't have to cock an automatic weapon. It's an automatic weapon. Once you put the magazine in the chamber, that's it. Like it's ready to roll. But they always do that bullshit. But Man Boy was like, boom. That's not how weapons work. That's like they're really irritating. Like it's not a revolver. A revolver, you got to do it. But like you don't have to do that with an automatic weapon like that. You just boom, ready to go. Especially if it's already in the chamber. Like a round is probably already in the chamber, ready to go. So like he get this shot at the wall, but they have to let you know he was getting ready to shoot. That's why it was just silly. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Not that I know much about weapons. I know a lot about a lot. I know a little bit about a little bit. Bad Boys. Anyway, all right, guys. That is the video. If you're still watching, thank you. For those of you who may be like, you just come back to hate on us because you think we hate on this show. Hey, thank you too. You know, I look forward to your David's a sellout comments. I look forward to you understand the best. Whatever, dude. Just whatever. Just put the comments, like the video, dislike the video. It's whatever. Join the channel. Just join the channel. Let's be a part of this discussion. That's what social media is about. It's about to be social, right? So if you disagree with us, put that in there. We're gonna do a video after the season's done called Franklin Saints or Sinner, where we're gonna look into Franklin like specifically, kind of like how we did Tariq. When we talk about making of a monster, we're gonna kind of talk about Franklin, how he got to where he's at, like what his mindset is, what his motivations are, and why he's the villain of this series. And we're gonna do something for Power for Ghost to show why Ghost was a villain in history. Not to the level of Franklin though. Like Franklin's a whole new level of delusion and grandeur. Anyway, yes, we will do all that. What else? Anyway, anything else, Stacey? All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Again, as Jerry Springer always says, take care of yourselves and each other. Leave crack alone. And probably sugar too, because sugar too is very addictive. It's not good for you. Don't let the sugar take your feet. Don't take your feet. That's not a good thing for real.
I would eat my M&Ms.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We should have some candy stuff. I was gonna get some Cold Stone, but I was like, what?
You gonna turn into a Cold Stone?
It makes sense. But I understand what you're trying to say. I'm doing pretty good. I haven't gone in a while. I'm doing pretty well. I went to Texas Roadhouse too many times though, like this week. The rolls are good. So I'm trying to get off of it, but I can't this week.
Turn into a roll too.
I'm like, come on, man. Just put the butter in my hand, man. Just put the butter in my. Oh, Chris Rock's character, and I want to get you, sucker. I would love to see a version of him in this show. He's like, how much is a rib? $5 a rack. $5? How much for just one rib? He was like, $1. All right, just give me one rib. I'm like, oh man. He was like, just pour the sauce in my hand. How much for sauce? Sauce is $1.05. I don't have $1. I got 5 cents. How about you pour some sauce in my mouth, just a little bit? I would. Oh man, I love that character. I love that movie. It was just awesome. Sometimes you remember the Wayans movie, Don't Be a Menace to Society, while drinking your OJ in the hood.
Your juice in the hood.
In the hood, juice in the hood. When I saw it said, I thought it said okay. Anyway, I thought it said OJ. No, it's just juice. Juice. All right. I bring it up.
A play on Juice, the movie.
Oh, got you. Thank you. My fault. I thought they were making fun of OJ. That's what I thought. I mean, he was around that time.
Yeah, but he wasn't doing hood movies.
Yeah, but he did. Anyway, you're right. My fault. I bring it up though. Last week's episode, when Jerome they were having the cookout and the 40s came out once again. 40s were in this episode, front and center. Old English was front and center. Excuse me. The official malt liquor of gangsters. I guess. Anyway, my point is, it reminded me of that movie. Like when they were sitting up there, like solving their issues with a 40 in their hand, it reminded me of that movie. That's not a compliment. I'm just saying it just took me there, and I was like, Mm-mm-mm.
And we were able to get Chris on so he can drink a 40 while we do a review.
Remember? Fuck me, man. I'm like, Chris, man, don't do this, man. Don't do this, man. We're trying to be better. We're trying to be better. Fuck, man. There's always gonna be one of us. It's always gonna be one of us. Fuck. Anyway, but hey, Chris brings it to the table, so and I appreciate that. This is where he probably would go. Always gotta take it a little bit too far. Okay, now it's really gonna be like, bye.